Hi family, this is Mo with Moya Body Care and Colon Hydrotherapy, and I am your favorite colon hydrotherapist that practices the art of internal detoxification through the use of colon hydrotherapy, herbs, and natural living. And today's video is going to continue the conversation that we've been having in regards to enemas, the benefits of enemas, etc., etc. Particularly today, I wanted to talk about um, how to hook up your enema kit, what it looks like, the amount of water you want to add, etc., etc. So I want to show you, this is my enema bag. And this enema bag, it can also be used as a hot water um, apparatus. And I'm pretty sure you've seen these like in like your mom's or your grandmother's restroom, or hanging up in your girlfriend's room or bathroom. You can also use these as a douche if you need to. However, I find that if you are taking care of your colon health and you're eating the way that you're supposed to eat, and if you take your detox baths on a regular basis, it's very rare that you would need to douche. Very, very rare. That's what I've found in my practice. I honestly don't think I have ever douched, to be honest with you, ever in my life. I yoni steam a lot, but even prior to yoni steaming, I don't think I've ever given myself a douche. And maybe I'll do a video about the pros and cons of doing so. I'm not against or for it. I just never had a need to use it, if that makes sense. So maybe I'll do a small video about that. But this video is about the enema bags. So this is the enema bag. And actually, this is the top and this is the bottom. And if you look, it is empty. And there's a little screw thing that goes into there. So what I like to do with my enema solutions, this is what I do. I normally do an enema with this recipe. It will be 32 ounces of spring water. I don't do distilled water. For some reason, distilled water makes me feel like a little off. Maybe it's pulling too much of my minerals out. I don't need that much. Like I detox every day. I cleanse every day. So distilled water doesn't do very well in my system, but spring water, my body like sucks it up like water, literally. So I will boil my distilled water, or excuse me, my spring water on the stove, and then maybe like the last 30 seconds or so, I'll add 2 to 3 pinches of pink Himalayan salt, and I have a little bit of salt here to show you. I just do about 2 to 3 pinches of that. I'll put 2 to 4 ounces of apple cider vinegar. I love to add garlic into my enemas now. My partner actually turned me on to the benefits of garlic enemas. So he's been doing garlic enemas for about, I would say probably 3 weeks. And I'm going to be very honest with you. I'm going to shift the gears for a minute and just talk about energy and noticing his energy. So my partner is Muslim, and you know, he does his prayers every morning. He eats a very strict diet. He has no stomach. You know, he's 55, but he looks like he's 35, literally. He's in really good shape, and he's very calm and cool and collect. And so I like to snuggle at night. I'm a snuggler. You know, I like to like wrap around you like an anaconda, and then I go to sleep. And it took us a minute to understand our love language, because he's not really like that all night. Like we'll do it and then he'll kind of like wiggle out of it, and then he'll lay over there and I'll lay over here. But lately, because it's been so cold, I've been even more like an anaconda around him, like this, right? And so one thing that I've noticed is that before we were doing these cleanses together, you know, he would do his thing and I would do my thing, but we never really did it together. Like, okay, these are the cleanses that we're going to follow up today, and this is what we're going to do tomorrow, and et cetera, et cetera. Since he's been doing these garlic enemas, and when I touch him or hold his hand or embrace him, there is this level of peace that he emits it makes me go to sleep. Like, it is the craziest thing. And that is the biggest thing that I've noticed about his presence, his temperament, is that it is beyond peaceful. It's actually kind of freaky. Like, wait a minute. You were already peaceful. How can you get more peaceful than that? And so in the last 3 days, it's been really cold here in LA, like really, really, really cold the last 3 nights. So I've been like on him like a freaking blanket, and immediately I go to sleep. Immediately I fall asleep because it's that much peace that he is emitting. So I'm all down with frequency. I love energy work. And I love the aspect of how it's connected to cleansing and how it can shift what other people feel around you and about you just by cleansing. I mean, it's the most fascinating thing, and I'm still understanding it. And even this morning, when I got up, I took my shower. I did an enema this morning, and I'll tell you about that. And I was sitting on the edge of the bed, and I was fine. Like, I'm up, and I'm getting ready to come to work. I'm good. And so he leans over, and we kind of do like this small embrace. The next thing I know, I'm like sleep for 20 minutes. Straight up sleep. And so I wake up, and I was like, what the hell? I was like, oh shit. Like, and I started rushing, trying to put my clothes on. I'm like, why didn't you wake me up? And he was like, when you were so peaceful, I just let you sleep. I'm like, no, I got to get up. So one thing that I know for sure, one thing I know without a shadow of a doubt, is that enemas, colonics, and just internal detoxification in general is going to bring you to this level of peace. I cannot explain it. I really can't explain it. You have to feel it. You have to do it. You physically have to do this to understand what I'm saying about the peace that I feel here in my own body. Like, I feel very grounded, very rooted, very sure, very confident, very powerful. You know, not that I didn't before, but it's different this time around. And it could be, well, actually, I don't know. I'm not sure. But what I'm saying is that it's worth a try. It really is worth a try. So if you're not sure about enemas or colonics, just keep following me. Keep doing some research. Try it yourself. Do it yourself and see what happens. So anywho, so this is the enema bag. I put the spring water, 32 ounces, on the stove. I warm it up to the point where it's hot. There's steam coming off of the pot. I put 3 to 4 pinches of pink Himalayan salt, 2 to 3 ounces of apple cider vinegar. I use Bragg's. You can use whatever you want, but I personally love Bragg's. And then I also put in there maybe about a spoonful of fresh lemon juice. And then for my garlic, what I do is I take about 4 garlic cloves, I slice them, right? And then I drop them in a water bottle, and I put spring water in it, normally hot, and I shake it up really, 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 really good until that water turns into a milky liquid. I strain it, and then I add that to my water for my enema, and then I put all of that contents in here, if that makes sense. Okay, actually, I cleaned it really good, but I still have whips of like garlic. Garlic is very, very strong. So with that, what I do is, so you see that that is a little screw top. Here is your next apparatus. You want to screw that into the top. Make sure that it's tight so that when you turn it over, it doesn't leak from there. So put that in there nice and tight, just like that, and you can see it. Yep, very tight. And then the next thing you have is, sorry, I have water leaking out. I clean this thing really, really good. And so you have the water line, which is here. There's nothing but a plastic tubing with your clamp to stop your water. And then I always cover the nozzle. This is the part that's going to go inside your rectum. You lubricate this with coconut oil. I like to use coconut oil because it's very, your body loves it. it adjusts to it, and it's a lubricant, and you can also eat it. So you don't want to put anything in or on your body that you can't eat. And if you notice that all the contents that I put in my enema bag, I can eat it as well. Okay, so you never want to add anything to your enema solution that you can't eat. This also comes off too, so that you can clean it, just to let you know. So you put that back on there really tight. You put this in on your enema bag, just like that. You hang it upside down. Here's your little hook. You hang it upside down, and you want your enema bag to be higher than your bum, because this is going to move with gravity. But if it's the same height as you, you're not going to get anything. So this needs to be higher. So what I normally do is hang it on the back of my shower, and then I'm either on the floor, on my knees, or I'm bending in a squat position, whatever feels good for me at that time, because your body is going to adjust. It's going to move around. So maybe last week you got a really, really good feel when you were on all fours, or when you were on your side, laying on your left side. But then when you go to do your enema again, it's not moving and you have to stand up. So just make sure that, you're doing what's comfortable for you at that time. And so what you're going to do, once it's inserted into your rectum, you're going to unsnap that so that the water can flow. And you're going to take in as much water as you can. When you feel like you can't take any more, you clamp it, remove the nozzle, and you breathe and you meditate and you retain the water for as long as you can, right? Without any complications. Don't stress yourself out thinking you have to hold it for 5 minutes or hold it for 30 minutes. There is no real way to hold it. You hold it based off what's good for you, not what you've read. I just want to make sure you understand that. So when you can't hold it anymore, you go ahead and release into the toilet. Before you flush, I always let clients know, look in the toilet and see what's coming out. So once you clean yourself up and you have your bowel movement, you flush the toilet, you re-lubricate this end, the nozzle, and then you insert again, and then you flip the switch. Now, mind you, mine has a couple of different variations of flow. Some only have 2, some only have 3. Mine has a couple different levels. So whatever is good for you, I just open the whole thing up. But remember, I've been giving myself colonics for years. So not everybody can take the flow in which I'm doing, right? So you adjust it to whatever is comfortable for you. So you're going to reinsert it, unflip your little flip right here, and then you're going to take in the solution again, and then you're going to hold it. You're going to continue to do that until the whole contents of this bag is gone, or until you feel like you can't go anymore. I normally say keep going until your water runs clear. The release that comes out of you is clear. That signifies that you're done for the day, literally. So I hope this helps. It's a very short, just, show and tell about how to hook up your enema kit. I do get questions all the time about, what do you call them? I forget. Fleet enemas. If you don't have access to this right now, you can use a fleet enema. Just empty the contents out and replace it with your contents, and then go from there. I don't recommend that you reuse the fleet enemas. I recommend that you just throw them away and just get another one. But empty out the contents and replace it with yours. Okay, so I hope this helps somebody. I'll continue to do more videos with recipes and how-tos and things like that. But if you need to contact me directly, my phone number is 562-682-0818. And my website is Moya, MOYA, bodycare.com. Feel free to reach out to me. You can DM me, ask me questions, etc., and then we'll just go from there. I hope this video helps somebody, and please share it. I appreciate you greatly. Thank you.